Good morning, class. This is the professional manga reviewer slash recommender, and today I'll be talking to you guys about the greatest harem manga of all time. So, to start off with, let me introduce you guys to our main characters of the story. This man over here, this absolute Chad, his name is Eiji, Kitahama Eiji. He's in his second year of high school and is part of the school's drama club. But he's not an actor or anything, he's a stagehand, I believe is what they called it. So he works with, I guess, backstage and getting everything ready for their plays and preparing all the props and everything. And the cutie over there is Rin, Nanakura Rin, a first year who is also part of the drama club and is dubbed by Eiji as the drama club's up and coming star or up and coming actress. So those are the two main characters that we've got for the story, and I guess this is a harem, so I've got to introduce you to the other girls, right? So first up, we've got Chiki-chan, and then we've got Cool-chan, Spoiled-chan, and Tsundere-chan. And there's also like other ones, but these are the four that we see most often in the story, and I just can't fit any more of the photos in the screen, as you can see. Now, I know what you're saying, but they're all the same girl. Well, you're right, but this isn't a normal harem. This is a pseudo harem. Okay, so you're probably wondering right now, what brought this on? Like, how did this start? Does Rin have multiple personality disorder or something, or whatever that's called now? But no, there's no tragic backstory here or anything. This basically just all started as a prank because on the first page of chapter 1, I believe, our man Eiji said this. Having been born a guy, I'd like to be popular once in my life.
Senpai, you're interested in love?
Well, I've had dreams of having a harem. And so, to tease Eiji and basically make his dream of having a harem come true without him actually having to be involved with other girls, Rin basically gave birth, or I shouldn't say give birth, Rin manifested these other personas as a way to give Eiji his pseudo harem experience. What a great woman. So now with the background information explained, I guess I should get into what usually happens throughout the story and also explain what I love about this series. So each chapter typically only revolves around our two main characters, with rarely any appearance for other side characters. Oh, and I should also mention, each chapter only consists of 4 pages, which I think is just perfect for this series. I tend to think of it as a bite-sized, highly condensed, highly concentrated ball of fluff and adorableness to get you through the week. Any more than that, you just get an overdose, you know? Alright, going back to what I mentioned before, each chapter mainly focuses on the interactions between these two. They usually just go about their day chilling at school, or sometimes chilling out of school as well, which wherever. They're basically just exchanging banter, doing whatever, what do you call it? Flirting, that's the word. They're just doing some nice innocent flirting for most of the time. But what I found amazing about these two is that their interaction is just really organic. It feels real. Usually it doesn't feel too forced or anything to, progress the story or anything like that. It just feels like, I don't know, real humans. So Rin usually never misses an opportunity to bring out one of our characters to tease Eiji when the situation fits, and Eiji usually has the best reactions whenever one of her personas tries something cute and tries to, hit on him or flirt with him, because he doesn't really get embarrassed about it. He tends to actually encourage her and egg her on to keep going. So one of my favorite moments actually happened pretty early on in the story, so some light spoilers here, but this is just to give you guys a taste of the normal interaction between these two. So basically, after finishing his club activities one day, Eiji fell asleep in the classroom, but he was found by Rin. So seeing him all defenseless and stuff basically tempted Spoiled-chan and Chiki-chan to play a prank on him. But before actually playing their prank on him, Chiki-chan, or one of them, actually grabbed a hold of Eiji's hand first, so she can enjoy it while no one's looking and while he's sleeping. But grabbing hold of his hand actually caused Eiji to wake up, so it was pretty funny because instead of being all embarrassed and stuff, Eiji basically just said this. Why are we holding hands? Chiki-chan and Co were playing pranks. Going back to sleep then. Now I know that this might worry some of you because it might sound like it's all fluff and little to no character development or relationship progression, but don't worry about that because you'll pretty quickly realize that all their interaction basically serves as a way for Rin to become more comfortable about I guess, expressing her feelings to AG as herself, without going into actor mode. Because usually when she really wants to say something, like deep from the heart, she tends to retreat back to using her personas and using them to deliver the lines instead. And this tendency becomes pretty apparent fairly early on. So if you're worried about pacing or anything, there's no need to worry. As I mentioned before, there's only 4 pages per chapter, and because the series doesn't really show side characters for the most part, then those 4 pages are enough to give us some very steady and refreshingly very strong development, both character-wise and story-wise. Although AG, man, let me tell ya, he's perfect from the start. In my eyes, he's chilling at the top or near the top of the totem pole of harem protagonists in general, so I don't really think he needs much development to begin with because he's just absolutely perfect from the start. So I really recommend everyone to give this a try. It won't take too long to catch up really, and I'm pretty sure most of you who try it out will fall in love with the series within the first 5 chapters anyways. But if my words alone can't convince you, then let me show you this absolutely infallible, indisputable, undebatable, what other synonyms can I have? Unquestionable mathematical equation as to why you should try the series out. Hey everyone, so I've just set up this quick spreadsheet here just to basically work out why everyone should give this series a try, at least read it for a bit and see if you like it. So we've got a few categories here, starting with PPC, which is our pages per chapter, which is 4. Our number of chapters as of recording, and today is 10th of November 2020, is how many do we have? 115. So yeah, pretty good, pretty decent. Our TTR, which is our time to read per chapter, is, I would say, it's a generous 1.5 minutes. Okay, so you might read it once and then it'll be really cute and you want to read it again just to take everything in. And I'd say on average you'll probably spend 1.5 minutes of reading time per chapter. Now our reaction time needed per chapter, I would say, is 0.5. And what this basically means is because the story is really cute, you tend to go per every chapter you tend to go, oh, they're so fucking cute, until it eventually escalates into you shouting and basically just saying that over and over to yourself, and that you're dying of the cuteness overload. So yeah, so I'd give that about, on average, half a minute per chapter. Okay. So our TTN, which is our total time needed to catch up with the series, would be our reaction time needed per chapter, of course. Oh, sorry, let me do this. So, our reaction time needed plus our TTR, which is time to read per chapter. So that would equate to 2 minutes of total reading time per chapter on average, okay? And then to catch up with the series, we just multiply that by the number of chapters. So that'll be 230 minutes of reading time to actually catch up with the series. So not too long, you can do that in a day. Okay, but our TTN benchmark, usually when you're watching an anime, it'll take you about 5 episodes, I would say, to know if you're gonna like it or not. And let's just round up each anime episodes to 25 minutes, okay? So that would be 25 times, I guess I need to put this in a bracket, 25 times 5, just to know if you're gonna like an anime, will be 125. And basically, as you can see here, with it, if you spend like half the amount of time to read Pseudo Harem, which is 125, which is 5 anime episodes, basically you would have read about half of this, which is, let's see, this is all rough, okay, 57 chapters, okay? And by that point, I'm sure you're already in love with the chapters and you're going to keep going. But if you just want to give this a go, then, and read about, I guess, 5 chapters to see if you're going to like it, then we simply just have to do this, right? Alright, times 5. And basically, within 10 minutes, you're gonna find out if you like this chapter or this series or not already. Okay, so there you go. But if this isn't enough to convince you, then I've also set up this other sheet here. So basically, as you guys can see here, we've got a breakdown of the minutes that you're using to consume the manga or an anime episodes, and this is how much of the content you're going through per minute. Okay, so as you guys can see, we've got every 2 minutes we're incrementing the amount of chapters that we're consuming. Okay, and then every 25 minutes then we're finishing an anime episode. Now what I want to show you guys, just to prove that you should really read this manga, is if I can put up a simple line chart here. Okay, no, okay, now let's zoom in. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but here we go. Right, so we've got a graph here. So on the bottom is the amount of minutes that you're using to consume the medium. Okay. Now, here is the amount of chapters or episodes that you're consuming per time, right? So the orange one here is the episodes. Now, as you guys can see, within 224 minutes, then you're basically consuming about 9-10 episodes total. Whereas with the Pseudo Harem, then it's a better use of your time. It's just definitely more efficient because you would have read 115 chapters or something like that. Yeah, 115 and catch up with the series in the amount of in that time span. Now, this doesn't only signify the how efficient you will be by reading Pseudo Harem instead of an anime. This also displays the amount of happiness that you'll be feeling while you're reading the manga. So as you guys can see here, when you're after doing 224 minutes of reading, then you're basically experiencing almost 120% happiness than usual. Okay, now this also portrays the amount of probably blood sugar levels that you'll be experiencing, you'll be getting because of how sweet the series is. Now, I'm no health practitioner, but I feel like such a huge spike on your blood sugar levels will probably cause you some diabetes. So be very careful when you're reading this manga. You don't want to have too big of a spike, So take some frequent rest, drink a lot of water, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it'll definitely keep you happy, and it only takes 224 minutes to catch up, and that's basically 224 minutes of your time in exchange for a lifetime of fluff and happiness.